We're going to do the cricket. Is
Cricket?
that
Yep.
what we're doing?
Yeah. So we'll jump into the IPL. It's been 6 days, as we said. So how many games have been played? 6 or 7?
I think it was 7.
7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Yes, 7.
So let's start off with the news, I guess. And the first kind of point off is, India at the moment kind of struggling with, as some journalists have reported it as the COVID tsunami for their second wave. Hit really, really bad. Of course, we send out all our love to all the Indian fans. I hope yourselves and also your family and friends do the best they can. Don't get affected by this. Get
Stay
vaccinated,
safe,
wear your masks, the whole thing.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. You know, some of the pictures of the mass cremations, etc. over there, it's really, really
They're getting
sad.
300,000 cases a day.
It's awful.
Yeah.
We're obviously, really lucky, really blessed that we can be full morons here sitting and talking about sport. We love our cricket. We love talking about our sport, and we hope, to the few fans that we do reach. Please, just know that you are in our thoughts. We are thinking of you out there, and just hang in there, and any little glimmer of joy we can give you here talking about a bit of IPL. We hope we can bring it to you guys.
I think the IPL
definitely.
going ahead, is probably still bringing some joy to the Indian people, and we just hope that it can continue without any further hiccups, and they can get on top of this second wave.
Absolutely.
Definitely, yeah.
So following that news, a few of the Australians, so of course we're Australians, we're following the Australians. So Kane Richardson, Adam Zampa, and then Andrew Tye have all headed home. I think, so a bit of a side note, the Australian government has prevented all international flights to and from India, there we go, to May 15th. So Andrew Tye, I think, is the only one that has landed back. He's back in Australia's soil. The other two, I think, are still stuck. I'm not sure if they're in Singapore or if they're still in India, but they're planning to make their way back. There's some talk from Chris Lynn today. I'm not sure if you guys saw that about, can we get a chartered plane? And everyone's just like, boy, settle the fuck down. Like, you're not priority. You went over there to make shitloads of money. We're not going to bring you back quickly.
Yeah.
So,
I can see sort of where he's coming from, but there's close to tens of thousands of Australians stuck over in India as well, Australian citizens that had gone back to visit family, and then it got stuck over there, and just hearing some horrible stories. So
I agree. And it seems like they're not going to be the only ones. There's be others that will probably looking to head home, not just Australians, of course. It sounds like some of the commentators want out of this too. They're like, we've come over, but we I guess the thing is that they don't feel safe. It's probably the best way. They're worried, they're concerned. And we talked about, sorry to cross sports, but Alex Volkanovski, he's not flyweight, is he? Featherweight world champion of the world in UFC, and he had an absolute,
rocked by Corona.
Yeah, was in hospital. You can't get more fit blokes than him.
Yep.
So you can see why these guys, especially late head, and they're getting up there. They're not in the high risk bracket yet, but they're blokes that have sitting around talking about cricket, enjoying their meat pies, maybe a little bit worried about their own safety and health.
And it's not just the Aussies. Ravi Ashwin, he announced that he's going to take a break. He said his family is struggling with some COVID cases at the moment. He did say that he will return to the competition if things go in the right direction. So thinking of Ravi Ashwin, and that's a massive loss for the Delhi Capitals at this stage. But amidst all of this, the tournament does go on. So
still trucking along.
Yeah, and we're enjoying the cricket. So just thinking of all our thinking of India as a whole, and hopefully they can get on top of this, but let's get stuck into these games.
I think they've got another 3 and a bit weeks of group stages before they get into the finals. The finals, of course, are the end of May. I don't think COVID for them, unfortunately, will bypass them as part of this process. I think
you'd say it'll be an ongoing thing throughout the tournament.
And I don't think they haven't had crowds very much for the IPL, have
nothing.
they?
No,
nothing.
Nothing.
Which for them will be a bit disappointing when they get to the finals and there'll be absolutely no one there. But I think it's the best thing. Of course, the players are still in their bubbles trying to stay safe. And
they got good fake crowd noise as well on there. I was watching my Royal Challengers Bangalore, and they got the RCB chants going. So got a little bit of a simulated atmosphere at least.
Great segue. Going to match 16 in RCB.
RCB, they belted Rajasthan Royals in their sexy pink kit. They beat them by 10 wickets at Mumbai. Rajasthan, they batted first. They made 9 for 177. Top scorers Shivam Dubey and Rahul Tewatia with 46 and 40 respectively. Mohammad Siraj was the main damage doer for the Bangalore, sorry, and he had 3 for 27. Cole Jamieson, we said he is on a big contract. He had 1 for 28. 177 proved very easy for the challengers.
Easy is a word.
Yeah, to chase this down, and it all came off the back of a Devdutt Padikkal, 101 not out of 52. It's just the second century of the IPL. He's only 20. He's a lefty, and he has been scoring runs for fun. Before this, he made 4 consecutive tons for Karnataka in the Vijay Hazare Trophy. That's their limited overs, 50 overs tournament over there.
Yep.
He's on the minimum contract, so he's on 20 lakh, 28 grand US. And he brought up his 50 in 27 balls. He was batting with Kohli and scoring way quicker than Kohli. And Kohli made 72 not, and it was the first 10 wicket win from this IPL.
Well, we talked about the big 3 they've got in their team, and then it's neither of those 3 that are the ones firing at the moment, leading those guys. Well, Kohli 72, Maxwell getting 250s. Like, they're definitely there, but I think it's an extra bonus. Sorry, it's an extra bonus that they have a guy that getting paid peanuts that comes out and absolutely is dominating for them, which is excellent for their chances.
He will play for India.
Fucking earth. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And like Sean says, you drop, a century in between AB de Villiers, Glenn Maxwell, Virat Kohli, and, the 2 of those don't have to bat. They're top of the ladder for a reason. And then that's what we said. Who else could score runs there? Well, there's 100 off 50 rocks. So
very impressive there. Match 17 saw the Punjab Kings Punjab Kings down the end of the table. They smoked the Mumbai Indians by 9 wickets. Mumbai 6 for 131 at Chennai. Rohit Sharma made 63, not the only sort of bloke to score some runs there. It was Mohammad Shami and Ravi Bishnoi. They both had 2 for 21 off their 4 overs. And then Punjab, they got the runs easily via KL Rahul with a 60 not. And Chris Gale, the master blaster, finally made a few runs. He had 43 not in this one as Punjab Kings cruise to the victory.
Yeah, I don't want to say Mumbai are in all sorts at the moment. They are they're 2 from 3, so they're
2 and 3.
So 2 wins, 3 losses from their 5 games. So they're still in the 4th position on the table.
They're not out of it, but they've disappointed.
But the top 3 have all had 4 wins, so they got their 2 wins ahead of them. So they're disappointed for considering the roster they've got put together.
For sure, can't argue with you on that one. Match 18 saw the Rajasthan Royals defeat Macca's beloved Kolkata Knight Riders. The Knight Riders, they only managed 9 for 133. And again, we mentioned it last week, this Chennai pitch.
All that Chennai pitch.
Yeah, it seems to be, and it really seems hard to bat first on it as well. Pretty much everyone that wins a toss at Chennai bowls first.
Yep.
Rahul Tripathi top scored for the Knight Riders with 36. You tend not to win too many games when your top scorer has 36. Chris Morris did the damage. He's on big bucks, and he earned it in this one, 4 for 23 off his 4 overs. Captain Sanju Sampson had 42 not to top score for the Rajasthan Royals and get them the victory here.
Diamond duck for Captain Owen Morgan for the Knight Riders. So, shows you where we're going at the moment. But hang in there, Kolkata. I'm feeling a late season charge.
And I'm feeling they might have got a win after this as well. Match 19, Chennai Super Kings defeated Royal Challengers Bangalore by 69 runs. It was the first defeat for Bangalore. The Super Kings went out and made 4 for 191. Faf du Plessis continued his good form with 50 runs. And Ravi Jadeja had probably the most impressive individual showing in the tournament so far. He had 62 not out of 28 balls, and he batted the final over facing Harshal Patel, who's been pretty good, really, for Bangalore, and took him for 37. No ball in there, of course.
Sorry. Shit.
Yeah. No, you can say it on the Esky. That's a really good effort from the man that they call Jadoo. And then Bangalore went out, and they got off to a great start. They were number 44 off 3 overs, and then just absolutely...
That man Devdutt again,
fell apart. Yeah, well, that was, Devdutt. He top scored with 34. But Kohli 8, Maxi 22, AB 4. When those big 3 don't fire, and our man Padikkal top scored. The rest of the batting there is a little bit slim. And it was that man, Ravi Jadeja, 3 for 13, if you don't mind, of his 4 overs. And the guys that he got Washington Sundar, Glenn Maxwell, AB de Villiers.
Taking cricket. He also ran Dan Christian out, so he was in the thick of everything. He's a fucking good cricketer.
So
my
good.
God, he can cricket.
And when you see him play against Australia, and he's doing his bat celebration, and oh God, he can irk you, but you got to respect the bloke. He's actually a genuine all rounder.
Yeah, he puts Axel Patel and Washington Sundar on notice, and it's like, hey, I'm still here. I'm not going away.
I'm still the Jadoo, baby. Imran Tahir here, 2 for 16, pretty good bowling effort. Not great effort on the hair. I don't think he's rocking like a mullet with a sweatband and frosted tips. So good on you, Imran. He's about 40 odd. So
I worked for the pup, so I'll keep going.
Yeah, doing something to stay young. Good on you. Shout out to Imran Tahir. Match 20 saw the Sean's Delhi Capitals defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad in a thriller.
Up the Caps.
20 matches, and we had our first super over here at Chennai. 4 for 159 for the Delhi Caps. The top 4 all made starts, and we're talking about that Chennai deck. It was only the second time at Chennai that the top 4 had made 25 plus runs.
Yeah, right.
Prithvi Shaw, 53, continued his good form, except for running himself out.
Yeah.
And then Shikhar Dhawan, 28, Rishabh Pant, 37, Steve Smith, 34, was that top 4. Shimron Hetmeyer, the $1 million man out of the West Indies, he was dismissed for 1, hadn't made too many runs at this stage in the IPL.
Came in pretty late, it was just sort of trying to hit it,
Kane Williamson, 66 not, and they needed 16 runs off the last over here from Rabada. The last 3 balls were just lights out from Kasego Rabada, limiting the batsman to singles, and they needed 2 off the last ball, and they only managed a single. So that took it through to a super over. Axar Patel got the ball for the Delhi Caps, bowling to Warner and Williamson, and he kept those 2 guys to just 7 runs. There was a deducted run for a run short here. And there was a few mil in it. And then Rashid Khan got the ball for Hyderabad to bowl to Rishabh Pant and Shikhar Dhawan, and the Capitals won from 2 leg buys in a super over.
What I love about this as well, like the Caps are 3rd, and Hyderabad are last on the table. So you can see there's excellent games still happening throughout. No, it doesn't matter where you are on the table.
Anyone can win on their day.
All these world-class players.
It's an excellent tournament.
And feeling for the Hyderabad boys there. Obviously, David Warner over there. We're kind of touted to be there or thereabouts as making the finals. So,
and they're 1 from 4 from their 5.
Yep. So it's not over yet for them, but they're definitely falling down a bit of a hole down we're Hyderabad.
Just over a third through the season, so they can still recover from here. But
Indeed.
they need to start getting on their bike.
Yeah, if their next game is a loss, or if their next 2 are losses, put a strike through them.
Yeah.
Match 21 saw Macca's Kolkata Knight Riders
the boys
defeat the Punjab Kings. Punjab
Here
Kings
come.
on my left here by 5 wickets.
Cop that, monks. An age-old rivalry continues.
Like a 3-week-old rivalry. Mayank Agarwal, 31, top scored for Punjab. Like we say, you don't win too many games when your top scorer is only in the 30s. Prasid Krishna, 3 for 30, with a pick of the bowlers for KKR. And then KKR, they got the runs in the 17th over, pretty cruisy. Owen Morgan, 47 not out, captain's knock in that one. Match 22 last night, Royal Challengers Bangalore take on Delhi Capitals. I'm a Bangalore man, Delhi Caps man here on the right of me, and the Bangalore boys got it done by
Very good game, this one.
Right. Yeah. Leading the table as well. They've won 5.
1 and 2. No, 1 and 3.
1 and 3 now. But they're the Royals are 1.
Royal Challengers Bangalore are 5 and 1 through their 6 games.
Yes.
And Delhi falls to 3rd after this game. It was AB de Villiers going out there, continuing his good form, 75 not off just 42 balls for RCB.
They're looking good with those 4. They've just added. We've said the top 3. They've added a 4th one to it, and it's like they can get runs. They're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, it was so close but so far for the Delhi Caps in this one. Rishabh Pant, 58 not out.
Pant's had a good tournament.
Always seems to, that's pretty much water's wet and Pant makes runs.
Yes.
And Shimron Hetmeyer, we did mention before, hadn't really been about the runs recently for the $1 million man. He had 53 not off 25. And then 14 off the last over, which was bowled by Mohammad Siraj. And Siraj just bowled really well, giving up just 2 runs off the first 3 balls of the over. And then Pant, hit the next ball for 4, so they needed 6 off the last ball, and he just managed a 4 from the wide Yorker. And you'd never seen anyone celebrate a boundary so much. The boys, the Royal Challengers Bangalore boys getting the win by 1 run there in probably the most thrilling game so far in the IPL.
Yeah, so they're 1 game clear of everyone else, so they're in number 1 spot by themselves.
Yes.
Again, like you say though, with world class players running around in each team, every game is worth watching. Every game produces some good cricket, and with this change up of venue, really excited to see what a fresh deck can do.
So that, I think, will wrap up our IPL chat for this week. We, of course, will keep following it through the season as we move into May.
The last little bit of cricket news, I did say if Sri Lanka was able to beat Bangladesh in this one,
you'd eat your hat.
I'd sell my house or something along those lines. It ended in a draw. So Bangladesh,
a bit closer. You might have started to get a bit worried.
I was starting to get a bit worried because Bangladesh went out there and made 7 for 541. You don't lose too many games with that start. Yeah. Sri Lanka came out and made 8 for 648. Captain Dimuth Karunaratne, he had 244. He's a skipper. And Dhananjaya De Silva, 166. I think Bangladesh went out and made another 100 runs, but this game was over.
So they play on the highway or what were they?
Absolute road there at Kandy.
Nearly 1,200 runs in 2 innings.
Yeah. So Sri Lankan cricket not dead just yet?
No, not just yet. Like we were saying, if they're losing to Bangladesh at home, they're in real big trouble. I think the second test will get underway shortly, and we can report back on that next pod.
Excellent.